There's an old floating dock on my homestead pond, and it's falling apart. I need to fix it before it's too far gone. It's rotten, rusted, burnt, and broken. I don't want to spend the time and money repairing it, but if I don't, I'm gonna lose it forever. Most of the expense for this project is in this wood. Step 1, remove all the burned and rotten decking. Step 2, cut all the new wood and get it ready to go on the dock. Step 3, attach it all to the dock. Now the second part of that should be a lot more fun. One of the things we're definitely using that dock for is fishing. Creating an ecosystem is about creating a balance. So we need to make sure that the amount of fish in the pond is right for its size. And I'm gonna install a big old bench along the center of the dock. It's gonna have flip open lids with locks on them that have coolers inside them for our drinks or keeping our fish, plus a few other surprises I'll tell you about along the way. All right, so the first thing I need to do is cut the pieces for the gangway. That's the long bridge that leads from the ground to the dock. All right, so to make this as easy as possible, I just built a jig right into my workbench. So all I have to do is take the 2x8, slide it into here, butt it up against the back of this, and then when I cut it, it should be exactly the right size every time. This is a stack of 10. I just need to make 6 of these stacks plus 4. This dock project has been a long time coming. It's actually one I'm really excited to see get done. Now that I have over 20 of these cut, I should probably take at least one of them down there and at least set it in place to see if it looks right. All right, moment of truth. Oh, that's money. That's actually perfect. All right. But what's not perfect is the sky right now. Here I am filming another video, and on the first day that I start, I'm gonna get rained out again. I guess I did learn something from last time though, because this time at least, I set up underneath the covering. Probably could have set this up a little bit better. I know for a fact that this is the dumbest thing I could say because I'm just gonna jinx myself, but despite the fact that the rain is about to come on, there's lightning and thunder, this is all actually going really smoothly. Awesome, well the rain's coming in sideways. I should be safe right here, but even if the rain starts coming in from the sides, my toolboxes are waterproof. I can just grab this and put it away. Time to get cleaned up. Crazy. Well, the rain actually stopped. All right, last cut. That's not a good sign. First night and I'm right where I want to be. All right. This thing's pretty rusted. This is not gonna be a piece of cake. So these are, first off, these screws are just kind of full of junk. But even when I do get them, they just shear right off. If that's gonna happen on the whole dock, and it looks like it is, this whole thing just got way more complicated. Well, that could have been worse. They're pretty rusted, so I'm gonna grind it down and then repaint it. That looks amazing. Good news is I have a solution. The bad news is I need to go get more grinder wheels. I went down to the hardware store and saw my buddy Greg. He's the one who keeps me from blowing myself up with a propane tank or electrocuting myself. As usual, Greg gave me some great advice on what I needed to be doing so I didn't completely screw this project up. First thing he said was that if I'm grinding down to metal, I should be priming it before I paint it. And the other thing he said I'm a little less thrilled about, and that is that I need to be wearing better PPE. He also got me some cutting wheels for the grinder that are going to be better suited to the task, so hopefully they make a difference. Okay, well I just did that in like 15 minutes for what took me probably an hour on the first one. The other thing Greg set me up with is these sanding discs. I've never felt so safe my entire life. This is amazing. That was not fun, but it was a lot faster than the first time. You know, when you do these projects, you kind of, it's like you know they're gonna be hard, but I think my brain just like denies reality. Yep, that's one can down. All right, we just gotta clean this up a bit so we can paint. This might be a problem. I came out here earlier, you guys saw I measured this and checked it in place, but I checked it when the angle irons were on. Oh, that's money. That's actually perfect. Now that the angle irons are off, I realize I need to keep a gap on both sides, and this thing is almost exactly the perfect width for the whole gangway. I need to take half an inch off every one of these. Okay, I'll just add that onto the list. I think the smart move is gonna be to paint these railings before I take the wood off the gangway. That way at least I have something to stand on. Going through this a lot faster than I thought I would. I was gonna hand paint all this, just come with a brush and paint it by hand, but I mean, this is so much smoother and cleaner. Eight cans down. I'll come back tomorrow when the light's better and do more touch-ups. I still have these two angle irons that need to get ground down and primed and painted too. I am starting to feel drops of rain, and that is not awesome at all. At least we can go cut that wood. I need to adjust this jig. You guys want to see some country? Yeah, her entire back is covered in babies. Just a spider covered in baby spiders. Yeah, there you go. Come on, mama. Let's find her way off. I didn't want to hurt her. You know, those spiders will catch a lot of bugs. They're great little farm hands. All right, last board. And there we go. I should get some dinner. But maybe I could paint that last few pieces of angle iron too. I had to get these self-tapping wood to metal screws specifically to hold this stuff in place, but I don't really know if this is gonna work. Oh man, that is, that's solid, that's in place, man. So this is kind of a good news, bad news situation. The good news is the self-tapping screws work. The bad news is this drill just isn't up to the task. I'm running out of light, I'm getting tired. This is when stupid mistakes happen and people get hurt. So I'm gonna unload this wood so that tomorrow I can go get the tool I need, and then we're gonna call it a night. I am beat. All right, back at it. These boards are so rotten that they're basically just pulling right off of here. This is something my buddy Juan taught me. So when you're putting the boards down, you have to crown them. And what that means is that when you're looking at the end of the board and you see that wood grain, you want it to look like a rainbow, like the rainbow side is up. And then the water will run off of it, because if you put it the other way, the water collects into it. Juan was in the Marine Corps, and he's a mechanic, he's a welder. I mean, he's just an all-around cool guy. Like, he knows how to do a ton of cool stuff. So when Juan gives me advice, I am going to take it. You know, once again, I'm really not trying to jinx myself on this, but this is actually going a lot more smoothly than I thought it would. There's all kinds of dirt and stuff in these rails, just gotta get it cleaned out. That's it. Man, I love these. No, we're gonna have to power tool that. I've got a process now. I know what I'm doing. I can kind of get into a groove. The sanding is a little time consuming, but it's not that bad. Any job worth doing is worth doing right. All right, just a couple more boards now, and I can put the first set of angle irons on. I don't know why, but this is kind of exciting for me. All right, moment of truth. That's awesome. That is awesome. It's just really nice to see it in place. I'd like to get the gangway done today, but I gotta tell you, I am legitimately just running out of steam on this. One thing that's definitely slowing me down is I have the wrong grit of sandpaper on here. I guess I'll just keep working until the dinner bell rings. It is weirdly rewarding watching this pile of wood disappear. Dinner time. Time to load up the truck and call it a night. I just about completely cut through it. We'll start with a fresh one tomorrow. I had a whole bunch of stuff to do this morning. I went first thing over to the hardware store. I got a better grit of sanding paper for sanding these down. Even though we're close to the end, I still have the main dock to do, so that's probably a good choice. First things first, I definitely want to get this gangway done. Last few pieces, and then get the angle irons secured down to the sides. Just remember, I got to change this grinder wheel out. I figure I'll just get the rest of them off at this point. All right, that's the last of the gangway removed. I got a couple more of these sanded down and ready to go. It looks like this is gonna be too thin for a full-size board, so let's just measure. All right. Like a glove. Now we can get those angle irons set in place and get the whole thing screwed down. I'm just gonna pre-drill the holes before I put the screws in. Last screw on the gangway. Man, this thing feels super solid. Somehow, honestly, I didn't even know how you could possibly do this. Like, this whole thing is bent in. Like, I don't know what you could hit it with. Must have been a big boat, but it's bent all the way in. I don't think I can get these angle irons off without it. Let's see what Juan thinks. I said a sledgehammer. He said he has a very large sledgehammer he calls Thor if I need to borrow it. That sounds pretty good. I guess I'll pack it up and go get Thor. I'm gonna use some zip ties and I'm gonna attach this board to here. When I start wailing away on this thing with Thor, I don't wanna bang the metal up. All right, here goes nothing. I think there's probably about a 50-50 chance that when I start doing this, it's gonna shake the dock so hard that the camera falls in the pond. So this might be the end of this video. Well, it fixed it in one hit. Are you kidding me? I was fully anticipating this being much harder. It's perfectly straight. Well, Thor, no kidding. I'm gonna remove these cleats. I got some new ones. I'll tell you what, these are in much better shape than the ones that were on the gangway. The sun is coming out, so is the heat. Okay, time to start pulling boards. One more trip to the hardware store, but before we do, I want to make sure these boards fit, just in case I need to buy more wood. All right, moment of truth. Oh man. Oh, darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. I mean, at least they're too long and not too short. Too long I can work with. But I'm gonna have to cut all of them down about an inch to make room for the angle irons and to fit between the pylons. The good news is I don't have to buy more wood, but I do have to go to the hardware store and get more grinder discs. All right, we got a lot of work to get done today. We got a little bit of sunshine, which probably is not gonna be our friend. It's probably gonna get pretty hot out here and pretty sweaty. All right, let's do some measuring. Looks like 119 inches. All right, let's see how this looks. That looks perfect. Almost forgot we need to get these painted up. One down, 32 to go. I'll tell you, I'll be a lot happier when I'm a little farther away from this edge with these tools. All right, I got 3 different kinds of drill bits just to make sure I got what I needed. All right, let's see how that does. All right, well, we tried this 3 different ways already. It broke the bit. You can't even make this stuff up. Like, it literally said steel angle irons and I-beams on the label for it. Now there's half a drill bit stuck down there. I don't even know what to do with that. Well, that one worked. Oh, wow. That was so fast. Okay, I just did that entire board, cut, sand, drill, and then screw it in less than 10 minutes. That's doable. Last night when I went to the store, I got a 10 pack of sanding discs and a 15 pack of grinder wheels. So Knock on wood, that should be enough to see us to the end of the project. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna prepare 3 boards, then I'm gonna remove 3 boards, then I'm gonna install 3 boards, and then I'm gonna repeat that. And if I do it 10 times, I should be done. Back to the grind. Another one bites the dust. You know, the work isn't easy, but in a weird way, it's actually like really relaxing. I feel like I probably spent too much time today trying to figure out the process, but now that I've got it down, hopefully tomorrow morning I can come out here and knock out the rest of that quick and move on to the next steps, because there's still a lot of work to do. Time to pack it in, call it a day. It's not lost on me that we are starting to run low on time. Really need to kick this into high gear today. It's too hot for those big ear protectors. I'm gonna have to use these plugs. Sun's coming out. I'm starting to feel that heat. It is gonna be a day. I'm just gonna ready a stack of these boards. And it's starting to rain. Gotta get the tools. This weather is just killing me right now. It's all over the place. All right, we got the tools in out of the rain, but I don't have enough time to just stop working for the day, so I need to get something else done. All right, so here's our cooler. We need to fit 2 of these and then another bin for gear. Let's get some measurements here. I need to see what this thing, what the width is when it's open so that the lid can open up inside. The rain is really going crazy again, but so far it's not blowing in underneath here, so it'll probably be loud to film, but I think I can still get some work done. This is just absolutely miserable today. First it was hot, so I was sweating. Then it rained and soaked me. Now it's cold and I'm freezing. This is just not a good day for working. I start with just a super basic rectangle. Then I'm gonna stagger the outside corner. All right. Perfect. These go here, and these will go up here like this. I'm actually cutting apart the pieces of my workbench to do this. Okay, so now we need to build some center supports out of 2x4. All right, let's screw these together. These will just sit in there like that. These are the cast-off pieces from when I did the gangway. And if you look at them, that's a perfect fit for each of the lids. All right. Perfect. All right, let's put the other 2 together. I screwed together the lids, but the rest of it isn't screwed together at all. I'll put it together down in the dock. I don't want to try to carry it down the gangway as one solid piece. It's going to be very heavy. It feels good knowing that that's like 80% of the way done now, and all I have to do is carry it down there and install it. I'm not going to complain about this. It's so much cooler out here. About halfway done, and now this drill bit broke. But this one lasted, it did a pretty good job. We're getting so close to done here, and I gotta tell you, I am ready for it. This project is taking a lot more out of me than I thought it was going to when I started. I get to a point like this where I am so close to done. I know I can't stop right now. We'll get those 5 cut, sanded, and load them down to the dock. There we go. Would you look at that pile? Oh boy. Just knowing I have to move this all once this is done being built. I have to take this all, get rid of it. Grinding is done. All right, those are in place. I got to cut the last one to fit, so I think that's good. We're gonna do the angle irons tomorrow so I can screw in these last pieces tomorrow too. I'm calling that a day. I'm calling that a day. I think it's a good one too. 3 years ago, I would have thought that this project was beyond me. Tomorrow's the last day and I still have so much left to do. Feels like it's gonna be a hot one today. But honestly, the weather's been so screwy, I don't even know. All right, get this stuff loaded in, and then we're gonna head over to the garage. Hello, Thor. We got a ton of stuff here that needs to get installed. It's gonna be a pretty full truck. Yeah, probably a good idea if I drive kind of slow. Gonna make sure this thing has everything it needs. I'm just gonna pack some of this stuff straight down to the dock. One of the things I was really big on when I was prepping for this dock build was stuff that was solar powered. So we have here a solar powered Bluetooth speaker. So we're just gonna set some of this stuff up here to charge. These are solar powered lights that'll get screwed right into the deck. These are real cool. So we're gonna charge these up. All right, we'll just measure for the last board. 4 3/4 just to be safe. So this side is 5.5 to the corner. This side is about 5. And there's no fixing it at this point. Just got shifted a little bit as I went all the way down the dock. And so I thought I was squaring it up. We're gonna have to come up with a solution for this. I can really only think of one way to solve this, and that's to cut this entire piece at a slight bias. Okay. That works on the first try, it is. So for all the drill bits I bought, this is the last one. I think I bought 7 or 8. And hope that this angle iron drops into place the way it's supposed to. It's been sitting in the sun, and man, this sucker's hot. Hot, 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 hot. It's got lift assist. So it's like, it softens the way down, but on the way up. And then that's You can bump into that and not drop it on anybody's hands. So that's like, yeah, I like that. All right, sweet. Now I just got to install the other two. The benches are installed. The dock is installed. The railings are painted. Everything looks good. Are you guys ready for the final reveal? Let's go. Over here on the land side, I added a 7-in-1 VVOR weather station to track all the weather patterns going around the pond. I added this awesome video bird feeder from BirdFi. I added this reflective grip tape at the end of the gangway, and then I put solar deck lights all the way down and across the dock so you can see at night. This thing feels so steady, so stable. Got my umbrella so I can get out of the sun. These locking deck boxes came out amazing. Even a fishbone key hook where we can hang our floating keychain of keys. Need some place to keep your net? No problem. 360-degree rotating rod holders. And I installed this sturdy, heavy-duty dock ladder just in case. We're also able to come down here, bring our Pond Master test kit. We can test for nitrites, we can test for phosphates, we can test for ammonia, everything we need to check the water to see how good it is for irrigating our crops. We'll be using this dock for pond management, for recreation, for relaxation, for education, for entertainment. There's so much stuff that we can do out here. Now the real question is what to build next. I can do anything. What do you think I should build? And if you liked watching me build a dock, make sure and check out this video too. It should be right up your alley.